This is Biker Dad.
This is Biker Dad vlogger Chris Best. If I had ridden a motorcycle into the classroom when I was in high school, I would have gotten in a lot of trouble, but today I did it for a good cause.
My name is Ed Juju Lassard, and we are here at Fairhope High School today teaching a How to Share the Road with Motorcycles course.
How close does a motorcycle have to be before you see it?
What piece of equipment on that bike would help that driver of the cage know that there was a biker beside him? We're doing that through the driver's ed classes here in Baldwin County at all the high schools. How to watch out for motorcycles and kind of share some information, some insights on how bikers ride and what we're thinking while we're riding.
My name is Alexis Lindsay. I am a 10th grader at Fairhope High School. When I was like 7 or 8, my grandfather's brother was driving his motorcycle and he was turning at a red light and somebody ran the red light and hit him, and when he fell, he hit his head and lost his life.
Yeah, all these young students, most of them don't even have their license yet. So we're trying to get to them while they're young and before they develop all these bad habits.
Herndon Vercola, and I'm a sophomore.
You're in high school and you ride a motorcycle?
Yes, sir. I ride 400 Ducati.
Have you had any scary moments on the
I
road?
have going about last weekend. I was going to visit one of my friends, and a guy pulled over in front of me and wasn't using a turn signal or anything, and almost hit me.
Stay off cell phones, of course. A lot of distractions with cell phones these days. We always talk about how small and hard to see motorcycles are. I've got friends that have passed that have been killed over the years. I have a lot of discussion about motorcycles, so to have one in the class really helps me help them visualize what's going on. And I get right here at the intersection, and guess what? Here he comes. Now I've got 1 or maybe 2 seconds to decide what to do.
And I try my best to look out for motorcycles because with my personal experience, it is harder to think about hitting someone.
How close does a motorcycle have to be?
Hey, if you'd like this program to come to your school, just hit me up on the Biker Dad Facebook page and I'll get you in contact with them. Now, this week's Biker Dad Tech Tip. Biker Dad Tech Tip. Time for this week's Tech Tip with Harley Davidson Master Tech Neil, and today we're talking about something that people consider doing themselves sometimes, and sometimes they're successful about it, sometimes not so much. And that's putting on handlebars. Like, how complicated is it? Should you be doing it yourself? And what are some of the pitfalls? So,
well, I would say if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Air cleaners and pipes are usually the first things people go for, but when it comes to handlebars, you want to make this bike your own. There are a wide variety of handlebars out there, and you see how these are wired? Sometimes it can be kind of a daunting task for the beginner. Besides wiring, you have your new brake lines, and some models, a hydraulic or cable clutch, but all that needs to be routed. Your cable clutch goes down into here. All those systems need to be bled, especially the ABS system needs to be bled for safety. You said you don't want to go grab a whole handful of nothing. To get everything just perfect, and you talk to your customer beforehand, before I button everything down, I'll have a customer come in, so it's on the lift, safe, set it, the riding style, and I'll even walk away for a minute, like, hey, give it some thought. Sometimes just adjusting it on some of these touring bikes can be kind of all this needs to come off, needs to be pitched forward. You definitely make sure everything's perfect.
if I make a mistake, which I have before, I have to pay you to fix it and it's just for me, because I'm not a mechanic at all, it's just better for me to come and have you guys work on my bike in the first place. That's our tech tip for this week with Harley Davidson Master Tech Neil. We'll be back next week where we're going to be delving into your bike's computer. We're going to see what your bike's brain has to say about what's going on in there and whether your bike is safe and properly tuned and is running right. And Harley has some really cool equipment. We're going to hook it up to my bike Elvis and see if there's any issues with that before we hit the road on a bunch of long trips.
Ride to eat to live, live to ride.
There's an old saying among bikers. It says, teach a man to fish and you'll feed him for a day. Teach him how to ride a motorcycle and he'll ride 200 miles to eat fish. And this is one of the places that they'll definitely ride 200 miles for. Bob's Downtown Diner in downtown Mobile, Alabama is a great place to eat, but it's also a great place for the community and for the biker community especially. This week's Live to Ride, Ride to Eat.
Hi, my name is Tony Sawyer. I'm proprietor here, Bob's Downtown Restaurant, Mobile, Alabama.
And it gets a little sweet cream. And that's our pretty French toast.
So I own a 2017 Straight Glide. Her name's OBB, and she's been pimped out a little bit. So yeah, I enjoy riding. I ride for the freedom. I ride now because I can. I'm finally at an age where I can afford a Harley Davidson. I can afford to ride. Growing up, I rode dirt bikes, crotch rockets, stuff like that. So, you know, getting back to my roots and where I enjoy riding. I'm grateful, you know, I'm grateful for the bikers that I meet from all over the country. And it's a great brotherhood, sisterhood, new family feeling that you get from other people that also enjoy the same things that you do. I know that you know, if you give bikers a good experience and they enjoy going to a certain place or places to eat and drink and get libations, then which is what we've kind of done here at the restaurant. You respect them. You never know who you're going to meet on a motorcycle. But you know, they go together like cheese and crackers. You know, you ride, you're going to get worn out, you're going to get thirsty, you're going to get hungry. A lot of people make a destination rides, i.e. for lunch or breakfast, and then go do their ride, or in the middle of their ride they stop and get something to eat, and they want to do stop someplace where they feel comfortable, and that's what we want them to do, is feel comfortable when they come down here.
Stack these on our plate, and then our berries just go over the top.
Hi, I'm Brian Stumpbergen out of the Punishers LEMC out of Geneva, Indiana.
And I am Jennifer Bunkenbergen, and I am from the Circle City Guardian Bells out of Indiana.
We actually put it on our all page for the Punishers, our Facebook page, and one of the local guys said, hey, you've got to go down to Bob's Diner. So I just brought it up in the GPS and we came here, and that was it.
My name is Jennifer. I had the Jen's BLT. It was good.
I actually had the Bob's Burger with cheese and bacon. Awesome burger, nice little char on it. So
here at Bob's, what we do is we do breakfast all day. It's Americana foods, things that you grew up eating when you were a kid, or in the mid 2000s, foodies. Food became very creative, and even before then. But now it's kind of, I feel like it's gotten out of control and out of hand, and I want people to come back to our childhood days, or my childhood days, of what the food that I grew up eating, and I really enjoy it. It's good food, it's diner food, if you will, here from the South. Here at Bob's, you can find us on Facebook at Bob's Downtown Diner. My website address is cornerfatandhappy.com. Kind of hopefully one of these days they'll change the street name here to Fat Street and Happy Avenue, because I want people to, when they leave out of here, to feel happy, feel full, fat. When you eat a good meal and you rub your belly and you go, oh man, that was really good. You feel fat. That's that fullness, and then now you're happy. So fat and happy kind of goes together like vodka and sweet tea.
This is Biker Dad. This is Biker Dad.
All right, that's a wrap on the Thanksgiving episode. And speaking of wrap, if you want some leftover Biker Dad TV, all of our episodes are on the Biker Dad YouTube channel. You can go check it out right now. Just search TV Biker Dad on every social media there is. And next week, we have a very special episode. We're going to the Barber Vintage Motorcycle Museum. So make sure and join us for that next week on the Biker Dad Show. Same Biker Dad channel, same Biker Dad time next week. Thanks again for joining us, and please look twice for motorcycles.
When we say I'm your employee, that means that we are here to serve the client. Often a client will ask me, can the Garza Law Firm do this? And the answer is yes, absolutely. I see myself as your employee. I'm here to work for you. Our commitment at the Garza Law Firm is to find both the process and the result that best serves and protects your interests and your families.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.